Hello. d4, knight f6, e4, e6, knight f3, d5, knight c3, bishop b4, cd, ed, bishop f4, knight e4, rook c1. Of course, black should play knight c6 with the idea of playing g5, and if bishop goes on h5 and so on. So, for example, if white is not careful enough, and if white plays c3, then g5, bishop g3, h5, and white is already in some troubles, as we saw in some similar lines. For example, h4, g4, knight e5, knight g3, knight c6, bc, fg, and bishop d6, and black is much better. Or if bishop d3, then just h4, bishop e5 and f6, and black wins the piece. Of course, bishop e5, f6, and it's just piece up. So h3 was played in one old correspondence game, but bishop c3, bc, knight g3, fg, and queen d6, and black was better. If g3, it looks similar to the game of Svidler-Mamedjarov, but after bishop f5, queen a4 is not a bad idea anymore. I think that it's an equal position. Maybe Peter Svidler misplayed and forgot his analysis. I don't understand. So queen b3 is a bad move because just a5, a3, and black has time to play a4, queen a2, bishop c3, bc, and knight a5 playing on light squares. Like again, it's just Ragozin defense is all about these two squares. Knight d2, bishop d2, and knight b3. And black was much better in glut against hammer game. If bishop g2, knight c3, bc, and bishop a3, and black wins the exchange, engine says that actually after rook b1, bishop b1, queen b1, white has some compensation. For example, knight a5, castles, knight g5, g6, e4, but bishop e7, black is exchange up, so nothing too scary in this line. If knight h4, then black just goes back with the bishop b2 and bishop e6, and not much point because white should play knight f3. So queen a4, it's not a bad move. Black should play a6 with the idea of playing b5, for example, bishop g2, b5, queen b3, bishop c3, bc, and castles with the idea playing knight a5, knight c4 with an equal position, or knight e5 and b5. White cannot really take on c6, knight c6, ba, knight d8, because black has the tactical strike a3 and white position is ruined. So queen b3, bishop c3, bc, knight e5, bishop e5, and knight d6, and white should take on d6 with an equal position. What was the point of knight d6? Because bishop g7, it's a blunder. It's queen g5 with a double attack on this two pieces. Bishop h8, queen c1, queen d1, queen c3, queen d2, queen a1, queen d1, and queen a2, and black has decisive advantage. So the main move is knight d2, attacking the a4 square, and g5. And in this video we will talk about bishop e3, and the next about bishop g3. Bishop e5 is wrong because knight e5, d, and c6, and black has the pair bishop, and e5 pawn is bad. So bishop e5 cannot be recommended. Let's talk about bishop e3. Black should take on c3, b takes c3. And here it's already a novelty. No over the board games after bishop e7, but it's a good move. What's the difference? The main move is bishop d6, but then white plays h4 and g takes h4, and in some point black moves bishop back to e7. So it's better to play bishop e7 now, and there were some correspondent game. The position is very unusual, and I think that it's very difficult for both sides because yes, black has this bad pawn, but however black has control over c4 and e4 squares, and white's pieces are underdeveloped. So let's move on. For example, if rook b1 now attacking the b7 pawn, then black plays a5. g3 is not good because queen d6 with the idea of playing a4. And if knight f3, then just castle short, and it's a round equal but very complicated position. And if g3, trying to develop the bishop, bishop e6, and now it's no point to play rook b1 anymore. For example, if queen a4, then queen d7, knight f3, g4, knight g5, bishop f5, h3, rook g8. In these lines, black can castle alone actually. Hg, bishop g5, bishop g5, bishop e4, f3, rook g5, f takes e4, and queen g4. And black was better in one correspondence game. So bishop g2, queen d7. If queen a4 now, then just a6 protecting against c4, knight f3, g4, knight d2, b5, queen d1, h5 is a complex equal position. Castle h5 with the idea of playing h4. For example, c4, h4, queen a4, f5, rook b1, f4, gf4, gf4, bishop f4, rook g8 with the idea of playing h3. Black has full compensation for the sacrifice pawn. It's a very complicated position. So I really think that we will see more lines in bishop e3 system because it leads to very sharp play. And of course, white's main idea is to play h4, sacrificing the pawn. Black takes g takes h4, and now best for white is to play rook b1, because if bishop f4, for example, black plays bishop f5, and black wants to play h3. For example, if e3, then just queen d7. Or if knight f3, then h3, giving up this pawn, and black is better. Both cases, but e4 leads to really interesting and complicated fight. D takes e4, queen b3, queen d7, queen b7. Knight c4 is also possible. Bishop e6, queen b5, castle short. Knight e3, bishop f6, bishop e2, and knight e7, and it's around equal. So queen b7, castles, bishop b5, rook b8, queen c6, and rook b5, and black doesn't give up the piece. Queen d7, bishop d7, knight e4, and bishop c6 attacking the bishop. The knight f3, f5, knight f2, bishop a3, rook d1, and rook b2. Really complicated position, but something like 0-0 in the particular position. So rook b1 is a good idea, just attacking the b7 pawn. Black of course can try rook b8, but then black cannot castle long, so maybe bishop f5 is the best try, because after rook b7 white wins the pawn, but after castle it's really I never saw similar positions with the h4 pawn and underdeveloped white king side. So of course we can make some moves and it's an equal position according to the engine, but not clear at all over the board. For example, bishop h6, logical move, rook e8. If now e3, knight a5. If rook b5, then c6, rook b2, and bishop a3. Black wins the exchange. So rook b1, sacrificing the exchange, but black doesn't want to take. Just playing c5, taking the center. If bishop b5, bishop b1, queen b1, queen b6, bishop e8, queen b1, knight b1, and rook 8 with an equal position. If dc, then bishop f6, rook c1, and rook c8, and that's equal according to the engine. And if e4, then queen d6, bishop e3, d, knight c4, queen d5, or queen h5, bishop g6, queen g4, knight a5. If e takes f5, then queen takes h6, bishop e2, and queen f4. then it's an equal position according to the engine, but I don't know, it's very complicated. So queen a4 is the most logical try, attacking the knight, black plays queen d6, and if g3 now, h takes g3, rook g1, just king h8, if f takes g3, then queen e6, if rook takes rook takes g3, then bishop h4, and the position is around equal, but very complicated. So bishop f4, queen f4, queen c6, rook b8, e3, queen d6, queen d6, bishop d6, bishop a6, rook b7, bishop b7, bishop e6, king e2, and rook b8. And this position is equal according to the engine. However, black has the pair of bishops, but weak h4 pawn, but black wants to play now h3, for example, if I plays rook b1 here. So really very sharp line, and very non-standard play, beginning from here and move h4, and I think we will see some more games in the future, but I think that you cannot know everything, and you just should be in that unclear position. That's all about this bishop e3 line, and in the next video I'll talk about more standard reaction bishop g3. Thanks for watching this video, and see you again soon. Bye.